Four executive orders just came out from President Trump and his administration that I want to walk you through everything. And as real estate investors, there's actually something in there that is going to be affecting us. And so we have to be looking at this as well. Hey guys, my name is Dustin Heiner with Master Passive Income, and I show people how to quit their job, that JOB, that just over broke job, by investing in real estate rental property so they never ever have to work a job again. Now, as we're looking at it's not necessarily a stimulus plan because the stimulus was from the Congress. Congress signed it and then passed it to the president. President signed it and gave away $2.3 trillion. This is something that's totally different because right now, President Trump is not able to get things passed through Congress. Congress is stopping it, or they want certain things. President wants other certain things. So what he's saying is, I'm going to go around you guys, and good or bad, that's just the way it is. I'm more of a libertarian, so I'm not going to get into politics. I'm just going to tell you exactly what is going on inside this new 4 executive orders that he signed to try to help with mortgages, getting a job or having a job, unemployment benefits, evictions, and all that sort of stuff. So we'll jump into all that. Now, as we're going through this, we are seeing that so many people, record amounts of people, have lost their jobs, but the economy is coming back. I'm super excited to see that the economy is coming back. People are starting to get back to work. The COVID-19 is actually, they're doing really well. As far as cases are going down, people dying is going down, which is fantastic. I'm super excited to see that. Now, what is also interesting is what is in these 4 different executive orders that he passed. Now, the first one we need to talk about is the $400 in weekly unemployment benefits. Now, this is on top of the state benefits that they already give or the states give. This would be to extend what was given back, I think it was in May when they passed the first stimulus, which was $600 a week. Now, this is a little less. This is $400 a week, and it is actually coming out of the FEMA or Federal Emergency Response or something like that. FEMA is the organization. President Trump is taking it out of FEMA and actually diverting it to the people, so the people have the money. Now, what's interesting is that this is different than the $600. It's a little less, which is $400. Actually, it's quite a bit less. People might think, oh man, what am I going to do with $400 as opposed to $600? Completely understand that. But here's what I'm kind of thinking is the reason for this. Now, the economy is opening back up. And as the economy opens back up, if people are making $600 a week, not working, what's their incentive to work? That could be their thinking. So if you lower it to $400, they're like, well, I can't live on that. I'm like, well, yeah, we want you to go back and get a job. We want to open the economy back up. Just like how the economy was closed down to lessen the curve. Well, the curve has been great. It's going down and down and down. And so now it's time, it seems like this, what they're saying is to open the economy back up. And so we still need to help people. And so they want to give $400 a week to people for unemployment benefits. We as American people want to make sure that all Americans are healthy and well, and as well as have money. And so this is obviously less, $600 down to $400, but the $600 literally went away. It was at the end of July when the first stimulus was passed that this was actually gone. Like that $600 is gone. Now, Congress is not passing anything. They're not doing anything to actually get this done. And now instead of $600, the president said, you know what, I got to get the people the money. So here's $400 a week in unemployment benefits. And what's interesting is that it's going to go all the way through December. This is executive order going to go through December. I will say, though, that there might be lawsuits, which lawsuits would actually stop all this, which whatever, it's just the way it is. So it's not guaranteed, but it's the plan from the president right now. And so you should be able to get $400 a week in unemployment benefits all the way through December. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I want to get you so much great real estate investing information. Also, there are 3 other things that we got to talk about. Now, as real estate investors, we invest in real estate rental properties. Now, I have 30 plus properties. They make me money. I'm not doing anything because I have rental properties making me money. Now, what is interesting is inside of one of these executive orders is an executive order stopping evictions. Now, as a rental property expert and an investor, I'm like, oh no, what in the world? Like, that's how I feed my family. How are you going to stop me from feeding my family by allowing somebody else to feed their family? It's like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay, but here's exactly what happened. So it's not like every eviction out there, or you can't evict anybody, which there are certain states that are actually cities and states and counties that are literally passing laws that you cannot evict people during this time. I understand that, but at the same time, I have to pay my mortgage. I have to feed my family, and this is how I feed my family. And I provide great housing for people and at a really, really low price. I want to keep my tenants in there a long time. I want them to be happy. And so this is what's going on with this second executive order. The second executive order is on evictions on properties that are, I would say, basically funded or controlled. The government has its hand in it. So if you have any property that is free and clear with no mortgage on it, that's not going to stop you from evicting somebody. If they stop paying their rent, you can evict them. Now, I personally would strongly suggest working with your tenants. Like, don't just start evicting them. That's my opinion. I would talk to them, see how is it going? Where are you at? How can we make up the payments and all that sort of stuff? Because the rent still needs to be paid, but how can we work together to weather this? Like, we're all going to go through pain through this time. It's a hard time for everybody. But instead of just evicting you, let's talk. What can I do to help you? But eventually we will need to make this back up. And the evictions that are being stopped or postponed, or you cannot do an eviction on properties, are ones that have a government-backed loan. So if you have a rental property that has a government-backed loan, it's actually not, like, you can't evict somebody. Also, if it's like a Section 8, or if it's a federal government housing subsidy or something like that, if the government has any portion of the funds or any part of the property, then this is what extends that. Back in March, the CARES Act, there was basically 120-day moratorium on eviction. Basically, you cannot evict somebody for 120 days. Well, now they've extended that. Trump has extended that so that you would actually not be able to evict somebody. Now, again, what I would say is that you should really encourage your tenants and say, how can I help? Let's weather this together rather than just kicking somebody out. Now, the third executive order that President Trump signed is a payroll tax holiday. Now, this payroll tax holiday, it's not necessarily deferring it at all. It's basically stopping it. So if you're paying your payroll taxes and all of a sudden here is the payroll tax holiday, well, all this period, this bulk here until it stops, you're actually not going to have to pay payroll tax. And so for families, actually for individuals making under $100,000, and I think for couples, it might be like $150,000 together combined, you're going to have a payroll tax holiday where you're not going to be paying your payroll taxes. This is what funds Social Security and Medicare and things like that, which is nice. That's extra money back in our pockets. I personally, as an investor, love not having to pay Social Security. And the reason why I love not paying Social Security is because I depend on myself and nobody else for my retirement. I buy rental properties that make me $250 every single month in passive income. And in the future, I'm not going to need to have a job. I literally don't have a job now, but as I retire, I'm not going to need to continually get money because I have my properties. My retirement depends on me, not on somebody else like the government. And that's what people look at the Social Security as. It's as a retirement. Well, it was never intended to be a retirement. And so it was basically to help Americans as they were getting in the retirement age. It's like, here's a little bit extra money on top of what you already done. But now what people are doing is they're using the Social Security. We have Social Security. That's our retirement fund. It's like, actually not. It's not. You're not going to be able to live on that. And I realized that a long time ago. And so I buy properties that make me $250 a month in passive income. Get this, one property making $250 a month is $3,000 a year in passive income. Wouldn't that be super amazing, making $3,000 extra a year just from buying one rental property? Now imagine if you had 10 rental properties that made you $250 a month. Remember, that's the minimum. You should actually get more. I have properties that make me $400 a month. Now that's the minimum, but that would be $2,500 a month in passive income, and that would be $30,000 a year in passive income. That means you don't work and you still make money. And I want to show you exactly how you can invest in real estate just like I did. I have my free course that I want to give you. If you check in the description below, if you go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course, I will literally give you my free course showing you how to find the properties, how to get money for the properties, how to make it an automatic business, how to make it so that other people are doing the work for you and making a minimum of $250 a month. I've already had thousands of people download and actually start implementing this. So get this free course, masterpassiveincome.com/free course. Now, what's super interesting is with this payroll tax holiday, President Trump is actually talking about literally canceling it or not having a payroll tax in the future, like literally getting rid of it. And I literally have no idea how this would work out or any particulars, because you know how President Trump just, when he's talking, like he could just say things And this thing came out. I might want to get rid of it. Or I remember exactly how he said it, but it was basically like, let's see if we can stop it. Like, oh, wow. Like, how would that work out? What would you do? But there's no plans. There's no nothing yet. But that's just one thing is like, let's talk about doing that. And so that's on his agenda now because he told it, because he said that, that's on his agenda now. All the way, good or bad, that's just the way it is. Now, the last of the 4 executive orders is the extension of the student loan relief program. Now, this was obviously back with the CARES Act. They're trying to extend, President Trump is trying to extend the 0% interest on your student loans. Now, I'm going to have to say, absolutely by far, I personally went to college, but I would never do it again. In fact, I am teaching my kids never to go to college. So if you're currently going to college right now, or if you're out of college, you're realizing how expensive it is. It's so ridiculous how expensive it is. Now, what's interesting is the extension of the student loan relief program. It drops your interest or keeps your interest at 0%. So you're not going to be getting more interest. You're not going to be putting more interest on, but I think it goes until December. Or at least that's the plan right now. It goes until December. Now, let me ask you a question. How much did you spend on college? Did you spend what, $20,000, $30,000? That'd be like on the low end for all of college. Maybe $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 or more. That is amazingly a lot of money. That's crazy amount of money. If not, get to $100,000 or $200,000. That's debt, and all you have is a piece of paper. And as you can see right now, with no jobs, what good is that piece of paper? So what I suggest is investing in real estate. I bought my first rental property. I made $381 in passive income on that first property. It's like, man, if I could do that with one property, imagine if I had 10 properties. So $381 a month at 10 properties, that's $3,810 a month. Now, just imagine if you had 20 properties, that'll be $8,000 a month. It would be amazing if you had that many properties. Now, I want to show you, click in the description, masterpassiveincome.com/free course, and I will show you how to do all this inside the business. Now, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I want to get you so much great real estate investing information. And check out this video right here. You guys are awesome.